Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of CryAlpha. On today's episode, I'm going to look at a handful of custom small trees. This video was suggested by a viewer, so let's get started. So these trees are great for city builds, inside your home, maybe on a balcony, in more enclosed areas. So, our first tree is a really simple oak tree. It involves a simple oak structure like this, very similar to a vanilla tree, and then just put some leaves on it. It's just a nice tall. It's a lot thinner than a vanilla tree. Of course, I also added some fences, a couple buttons, and a lantern on a fence, because I love lanterns. So yeah, the simple design is really easy to build. You can build 100 of these real easily, and it adds a lot of good texture. The next build is one I really like. It is made out of oak leaves, stripped oak wood, and oak slabs and stairs. So this one is has a nice yellow color, and it's really small but really wide. So it's a completely different color. As I can see, it's like a ball of leaves on top of the thick stem with some branching slabs. This next one, you can gaze upon its beauty. You can see, really simple, oak wood, trapdoors, 2 leaves. Super simple bush. I'd hardly even call it a tree. Tell me in the comments, would you consider this a tree? Okay, next one. Our birch tree. Very similar to the first one. This is a regular birch tree stem, but the leaves go upward in the same pointy upward direction as I like to make birches. So it's just simple pokey tree. Birches are pokey. That's my headcanon. And of course I added some buttons around for some more detail. And next tree. This one's very similar to that one, oak one over there, except I used birch leaves and birch stripped, and leaves are wilder and more pointed up, as you see right here and there and there and there. Just kind of pointed up instead of drooping down. Next, this one I'm really a fan of. Another bush design. I used the new Crimson Trapdoors, which I kind of like. So I used 2 stripped oak birch logs and a really wild amount of birch leaves in all different wild directions. This is like unkempt. It's a really unkempt bush. Nextly is the jungle tree. So this jungle tree is really hard to scale down, but that's basically what I did. I scaled it down. It has the same curves as the big one, it's just a lot smaller. I used the same vines and strings and slabs and stairs and leaves. It's just smaller, and it can fit inside a small little house or on a balcony or in your city. Last, but certainly not least, is my acacia tree. So I started this tree by wrapping around some logs until it goes back to the center, hitting a little center area, hitting into a couple different limbs. Also, I used some stone slabs to make it less blocky. So on each of these individual limbs, I designed the leaves as a very circular, not very tall structure, like this. Well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, troop dismissed.